my god, the salt is real, guys. Now, I love doing this series. I originally started it with Call of Duty World War II because a lot of triggered fanboys were getting salty as hell over the fact that I did not like the same game as them and pointed out valid criticisms, which are now widely accepted by even those same people. But that's beside the point. We are here today to talk about the new release by Microsoft, the Xbox exclusive Sea of Thieves. Now, I put out my review, first impressions, thoughts, whatever you want to call it, and let's just say the response to it has been as expected of rabid fanboys who are defending anything in life. So let's sit back, have some fun, and laugh at these delusional people who worship a game so much they cannot possibly see the flaws that it has. So let's go ahead and start this off. Our first comment of the day is, get back on your shitty PS4 where this game is better than any PS4 game. First of all, this game is not on PS4, so I don't know how the hell I can play it on my PS4. Second, this game is not good. Most people agree that this is not a great game. Overall, the user and critic reviews have been very mediocre for it. This is Xbox's No Man's Sky, no doubt about it. Now, the PS4 doesn't have all great exclusives. Look at games like Knack and No Man's Sky, like I just said. It's just stupid to suggest oh yeah, I don't like this game because I like playing on PS4. Bitch, I own all three consoles. I can play on any of them I want. Why does it matter that I play on PS4 too? It's just sad. These guys are looking for any possible excuse to defend this game. If you have to look up how to set up a sale, then you are actually retarded. On a side note, if they made it so you could buy non-cosmetic shit, then you would still bitch because humanity is retarded. Alright, let me make sure I read that right. This dude is actually trying to claim that all of humanity is retarded. And if they added non-cosmetic items into Sea of Thieves that you could buy with gold, in addition to those cosmetic items, everyone would still bitch about it. Actually, no, because that was one of my biggest gripes with the game. If they actually added new weapons and stuff that you could earn, or different types of ships that you could buy, or upgrades for your ship, as in more cannons, higher damage output, you name it, I would be on board for that. I would actually think that's a very positive aspect. But yet this dude's taking it to a whole nother level, and this is what being a fanboy drives you to. He is claiming the entire human race is retarded, basically, because we have complained about a feature in a video game. This is what this is coming to. This guy is delusional. He needs to get a life, stop playing Xbox, stop playing Sea of Thieves, and reevaluate your reality, dude. Oh boy, here comes a long one. You must be fun at parties. I've never heard anyone whine so much over their own incompetence. If you had trouble sailing, you're inept. Your fault. It's not a hard concept. Everyone I know picked it up in one session. Second, the game is designed to support crews of multiple players, not stew and fumble solo. Again, your fault. Granted, content is lacking now, but the core game is solid and fun. You can't take away from that. More will be added later. They already said the DLC will be free. You were way too hard on this. Your issues seem to revolve around you, maybe because I'm the one playing, not the game's mechanics. And comparing this to No Man's Sky is absurd, not even close to the same hype or build. You won't find any streamers having fun with No Man's Sky, but you'll find hundreds of streamers having a blast any time of the day with Sea of Thieves. You're reaching with the complaints. There's a reason why you have so many dislikes as likes, but I like how anyone who actually agreed with you in your comments got a heart of approval. Keep your heart. I prefer the truth. Oh my god, guys. This is something right here. This is a work of art. This is like the Mona Lisa of damage control for Sea of Thieves. So let's go ahead and break this down piece by piece. Right off the bat, I am actually pretty fun at parties, just in case you were wondering. So he goes on to say that I'm inept and I'm to blame because I couldn't figure out how to sail right off the bat. Now, of course, there was no tutorial. There was no information on how to actually launch your ship. So I was a little confused starting off. So I had to look it up. And I figured out you had to raise the anchor, adjust the sails on the ropes on the side of your ship, and then you're good to go. I didn't know that at first. But then he goes on to say that everyone he knows picked it up in one session, which is exactly what I did. I learned my first time, and now I can sail like a pro. So this dude's basically calling me out for something that he says everyone else does anyway. That makes perfect sense, dude. And then he goes on to say, this game is lacking content now, which I completely agree with him on. But then he goes on to say that because this game is fun, you can't take away from that. And basically what this means is he's trying to say that because DLC is going to be added in the future, I can't fault the game for lacking content. Because, everybody goes out and buys a $60 game to have it sitting on their Xbox for 2 months while they wait for new content to actually be released so you have something to do in the video game you just bought. That makes perfect sense, dude. Nobody buys a game to play it now. I mean, honestly, who does that? I mean, I know I buy games, let them sit on my Xbox for 2 months, and then I boot them up. That sounds completely logical, and I'm 100% with you on that. Next, he tries to call me out for my comparison of No Man's Sky and Sea of Thieves, which I think is actually a very fair comparison in all honesty. Both games are very similarly structured. They involve exploration. They don't really have a set quest or story. It's basically explore and create your own story as you go along. The main difference being that Sea of Thieves is, of course, a pirates game, and No Man's Sky is a space exploration game. But both games have very similar aspects. They involve collecting certain resources in order to take them back to an outpost in exchange for money in order to buy upgrades. That sounds almost exactly identical to me, so I don't really see how you can't draw that connection. It sounds like you're trying to claim like I'm a big fan of No Man's Sky and I'm saying like it's better. The way you call me out or tried to call me out saying like, yeah, nobody's watching No Man's Sky on Twitch right now. Everybody's watching Sea of Thieves. Well, of course nobody's watching No Man's Sky. That game came out like 2 years ago. Who the hell cares about it at this point? Sea of Thieves came out 3 days ago. Of course people are streaming it. Of course people are watching it. I guarantee you in 2 years, nobody's going to give a shit about Sea of Thieves. And it's going to probably be in the thousands on Twitch. Like, nobody is going to be watching that game anymore. So I don't really get the point you're trying to make here. So, I mean, dude, you said you didn't want the heart. You wanted the truth. Enjoy the truth. I just handed it to you. Enjoy it. Savor it, treasure it, keep it forever. But nah, on a serious note, you're getting that heart. So next up, we have some 2-for-1 fun. This guy was such a wonderful person. He decided to leave 2 back-to-back amazing comments coming from the user Retard Reviews USA. Sounds promising, doesn't it? I guess this guy needs to have his hand held because he's too fucking dumb to figure a game out and gives it a bad review over it. Shake my head. I'm so sick of these simple-minded fucks on YouTube bashing this game. The game itself is good. Get a fucking brain. Oh wait, I forgot people are too stupid these days to focus and or figure out how to play the fucking game. Get this video off YouTube. Wow, okay, we're a little hostile here. I can see that. Okay then, so according to Retard Reviews USA, a very reputable source I might add, anyone who disagrees with him on Sea of Thieves, or anything for that matter, it sounds like, their videos should be taken off of YouTube and they should be silenced. I mean, that makes complete sense. Apparently, I lack focus. I can't pay attention to a game. I'm dumb. I can't figure things out. I'm retarded. I don't have a brain. I mean, this dude is just spouting the typical fanboy nonsense when they can't come up with an argument to counter your points. I mean, I think I made some pretty valid points in my review, impressions video, whatever you want to call it. I just titled it review so people would click on it, honestly, guys. Oh, clickbait exposed, I know, right? I'm trying to get views on YouTube. I guess that's a crime now, but, you know, this guy is just your typical fanboy. I mean, it's kind of sad, dude. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. Why can't we just respect that and move on? Why do you have to take it to this bullshit level where you think like anyone who doesn't agree with you is completely stupid, they don't have a brain, and then you call for people who disagree with you to be taken off of YouTube? That makes complete sense. That is exactly what we need in life. I disagree with everything you just said. First of all, you are playing alone. It's a shared multiplayer world. Second of all, you're supposed to figure out how to play. It's a challenge. Why would you even buy a pirate game if you don't know anything about pirating? And if you actually listen to the developers, they told you what the game was going to be and nobody even cared. My point is that if you don't like the mechanics of a game, don't even review it. Oh my god. This guy. This is the first time I think I've ever heard this. He is basically saying if you don't like a certain aspect of a video game, you should not review it? You're kidding, right? Almost every single video game review points out something that they didn't like. So you're basically saying that no review is valid unless they absolutely loved every single aspect of a video game, and by that logic, every single game should have a 10 out of 10 review. That is what you're trying to say right now. This is the levels that these fanboys are reaching to. They are reaching beyond the waves. You know, everyone loves to talk about the waves of Sea of Thieves. They are basically under the water, gasping for air, slowly drowning, trying to pull themselves above those beautiful 4K waves just to get one quick breath of air. This is sad. I'm not allowed to review a game because I didn't like the gameplay mechanics? You are kidding me. This is new lows. I'm not even going to get into the bullshit where he tries to claim that if I knew anything about pirating, I would enjoy this game more. What the hell are you talking about? So I need to watch a pirate documentary and then all of a sudden I will love Sea of Thieves? Is that the point you're trying to make there? And dude, if you watched my review, I actually talked about how Rare put a lot of passion behind this game. I've watched a lot on Sea of Thieves. I was actually somewhat excited for it until I started seeing gameplay, and then that's when I knew this game was not going to be great. So dude, what is your point you're trying to make here? Like, I can't play a game alone. Okay, it has an option to play solo, so why shouldn't I be able to enjoy myself? Next, I can't enjoy the game unless I watch pirate documentaries or know about pirating. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And third, I need to keep my mouth shut because I didn't like an aspect of the game in terms of the mechanics. I don't normally leave negative comments, but you, sir, are a moron. 30 minutes? Are you kidding? And how can you not have some kind of basic understanding of sailing a ship? Have you never watched a pirate movie? Any pirate movie? This game has some issues, mainly lack of content, but the stuff you talk about is ridiculous. In closing, it seems to me that your experience was largely influenced by the fact that you were just an idiot. Good day. Good day to you too, sir. I mean, let's just talk about this for a second. I'm not going to spend time on this. I haven't watched enough pirate movies. Okay, I don't like Sea of Thieves because I haven't watched enough pirate movies. End of story there. I'm leaving it right there. This is what these idiots are talking about. Finish the fucking game first. In a game that has no story, no real missions other than fetch quests, how in God's name do you expect me to finish a game that cannot be finished, has no gauge of completion by any means? How? Please let me know. I am dying to hear how I can finish Sea of Thieves. Do I finish the game when I collect all the different colored coats? All the hats? Maybe if I get enough different colored sails for my ship? Maybe then I've completed the game. Are you kidding me, dude? Please. You gotta try harder than that. You have got to try harder than that. You guys need to relax, lol. Video games aren't here for you to pick apart and analyze to a fucking bone. It's a video game. It's just a video game. What other pirate games are you going to go play? Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, a fantastic pirate game, by the way. Also, Skull and Bones is coming out pretty soon from the team who actually made Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. That game looks very promising. You guys need to smoke some weed and just shut up and play the video games. Stop making dumbass YouTube videos about your opinion, which no one cares about because you're a random person on the internet. But yet you clicked on my review and watched it and took the time to leave a comment, so obviously you care about my opinion. If you don't enjoy Sea of Thieves, that's your fault, not the developers. Yeah, because I had every input in making the game. I controlled the game. I basically said, this is what I want, this is what I would enjoy, and Rare made the game to my exact specifications. Hell no, it's the developer's fault. They made the game. If I don't enjoy it, it's their fault. I had no hand in creating this game. This dude is your typical, like, yeah, guys, let's just play games and enjoy ourselves. But if you happen to criticize the game that I like, you know, you're just an irrelevant person on the internet that no one cares about, but yet I watch your video, leave a comment, and then claim I don't care. And our final comment of the night, we are going out with a bang, and what better way than with accusations of having a mental disorder. So let's go ahead and get into our final wonderful triggered fanboy. You had no clue what to do? XD, I'm sorry, God made you slow AF. This game is super easy to understand how to play. I love how you say you keep doing the same thing over and over again just to grind for cosmetics. Like it's a bad thing, and at the same time you probably enjoy Fortnite, which you're doing the same thing there. If you don't see how dumb you are, I'm sorry. You sound like a generic COD kid with ADHD who needs to be in combat every 3 seconds or gets bored. The game isn't for everyone, though, but most of the reasons you dislike this game was retarded. Stay away from reviews, bro. It's just not for you. Lol. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun. Alright. So, apparently I was made slow AF. I mean, I don't even think that's in question at this point because I didn't enjoy Sea of Thieves, so I must be mentally deficient, right? And I mean, he's talking about like, okay, yeah, the only thing you can do in this game is grind for cosmetics, but that's not a bad thing. What else would you possibly want to do? Then, of course, he throws out like the grind for cosmetics in Fortnite. Fortnite is a completely different type of game. Fortnite is a competitive multiplayer game. Sea of Thieves is a free roam adventure game. Your progress in Fortnite does not carry over from match to match. Your progress in Sea of Thieves does. So what you're saying here is completely irrelevant. It makes absolutely no sense. And I sound like the generic COD kid who has ADHD. That is original, I will give you that. That is a pretty funny insult, not gonna lie. He is right in saying that this game is not for everyone. I think that is very, very obvious. I think it's safe to say at this point, this game is not for most people. There's a very few number of people who really enjoy this game for what it is. But yeah, that is the first set of just fantastic response I've gotten on that video. I mean, if there is enough, I will do a part 2. I really enjoy responding to these comments. It just is so much fun. They don't get to me at all. Like, this is hilarious to me. So please, if you hate my opinion on Sea of Thieves, let me know in the most vicious, cruel, rude, vile terms you possibly can, and I will be more than happy to respond to them in a Sea of Thieves Fanboys Roast Me Part 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.